Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Mixed Text and Politics. Well, I'm sure you've heard about Target and what they've been doing with this pride nonsense and the backlash they've been getting. And they're trying to avoid becoming another Bud Light. But first, let's jump into what some of these clothing items say on it. It says this year's Pride, that's from Breitbart, this year's Pride collection, commonly displayed prominently toward the front of the stores, features myriad of items marketed toward not only adults, but children and babies as well. This is where the problem comes in. A brief look at the adult clothing section online shows men in rainbow-clad pajamas, swim shorts, and rompers. At least two shirts celebrate drag with images of famed drag queens, Trixie Mattel and Katia. Target is also selling a hoodie that reads, "Not a phase," and the website also features an image of what appears to be a biological woman wearing a shirt which reads, "Busy thinking about girls." Another shirt on display reads, "Queer, queer, queer, queer." And another one says, "Super queer." Another shirt for sale reads, "Live, laugh, lesbian." There's also a prominent pride selection for children and babies. The department store is featuring onesies and shirts reading, "Being proud." Actually, we have some video for you. Let's check this out. We can get a better idea of what this looks like.
Right now, and there's a lot of controversy going on about all of the pride stuff that's coming out with kids' clothes and things like that. So we're going to go to the kids section and we're actually going to see if they're putting weird, creepy, uncomfy stuff on children's clothing. Okay, this is the child section. This is literally the kids section. I'm next to a literal onesie that says whatever the hell that means. We have "Glad You Came Out" and "I'm So Happy That You're Queer" in the kids section. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, but pride and toddler don't belong in the same sentence. So I found an extra small swimsuit in the child section. It says "light binding effect" on it. And then the bottoms in the kids section, keep in mind, say tuck friendly construction. They're giving it to your kids. If that doesn't give you a reason to boycott Target, I don't know what does. But this shit's getting out of hand. They're targeting children, whether you like it or not. And it's time that people actually do something about it. Because if they don't, then guess what? That shit won't just be in Target, it'll be in every store, ever.
She's absolutely right. It's going, if something is not done about this, it's going to be in every store. Now, I'm not sure if you know this, but this clothing line, this is the designer right here. He is a gay Satanist. He's wearing a shirt that says "Satan respects pronouns." This is the guy that designed those clothes. Let's see. Now let's look at his statement. I tried to go to the website, but it says that the site is temporarily on pause or something while he fulfills orders. Let's read a statement from the Target designer, his company. It says, "Satan loves you and respects who you are. You're important and valuable in this world, and you deserve to treat yourself with love and respect. I've been thinking a lot about the satanic lately about the satanic temple, and to a lesser extent the Church of Satan, and how they're so frequently misunderstood and demonized, pun not intended, and how LGBT plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people are so often referred to as being product of Satan or going against God's will. Satanists actually don't actually believe in Satan. He is merely used as a symbol of passion, pride, and liberty. He means to you what you mean to him. He means to you what you need him to mean. So for me, Satan is hope, compassion, equality, and love." Okay, he says not a product of Satan or going against God's will, but it sure sounds like you are worshiping this idea of Satan, which is enough right there. I mean, to me, that's enough. You may not be a product of Satan, but you are worshiping Satan. You are looking to him for a symbol of pride and passion, liberty. I mean, I guess maybe that could identify some people as a product of Satan, because you're aligned with him. I don't know where you stand on religious views, but the idea of Satan is never is evil. It's never a good thing, no matter where you stand on the religion spectrum, what you believe in. It's never good. So this is the guy who was designing these clothes for children, and it seems like everything the left does. I don't know. It's kind of scary, because a lot of it has very demonic and evil ties, in my opinion. As Tim Pool said on his podcast, that the left is like a death cult. And we'll get into that another day, but the things that they talk about, things that they do, it revolves a lot around death. And that's very true. But we've already seen some numbers from Target. Their shares are falling amid a controversy. Target shares hit amid Pride merchandising controversy. Target shareholders are feeling the backlash in the way at the retailer as controversy swirls over its Pride merchandising plans. Shares slipped 2.7% on Monday and have dropped more than 9% this month, with 6% of that decline this week alone. That amounts to $4.2 billion in market share. Now, they're trying to avoid a Bud Light situation. So they've held an emergency meeting. It says on Friday, Target held an emergency meeting with some store managers directing them to move LGBT Pride merchandise to the back of the store to avoid a Bud Light situation. The media outlet confirmed that the rural Target stores in South Carolina, Arkansas, and Georgia have relocated their Pride sections from the front of the store to the back. However, not all stores locations across the country were instructed to move the merchandise. So apparently they're moving these Pride sections to the back of the store in a spot that's a third of the size that it was in, to not make it as visible. So they're really trying to avoid this Bud Light situation, which has seen their sales come down about 25 to 30%. And I heard this the other day also in the same podcast in Tim Pool, that what Target's trying to do is they're not trying to lose 25% of their customers. They're not going to see a complete collapse. Not going to drop 90% or so. But when you see when you see a 25% drop in your customer base, that is huge. You're never getting those people back. That's like me having 100 customers. I'm selling a product, and 25 of them, I piss off 25 people, and they are never coming back. They say, screw you, I'm going somewhere else. That's a lot of ground to make up. 25% is a lot, no matter what way you look at it. Now, Lizzo, I don't know who this. I've seen things about this woman. She's about 475 pounds. My guess could be a little less, but she's pushing this nonsense too. As we saw the Nebraska governor sign into law a 12-week abortion ban. You can't have an abortion after 12 weeks, which is a huge step. It may not be strong enough for some, but a lot of people do agree with that move. You can't go and slaughter kids in the womb at 7 months anymore. So he also signed into law that he banned gender-affirming care for young people, which is huge. There's no reason why a 12-year-old should go get surgery to have a sex change. None at all whatsoever. Let's check out what this 475-pound, allegedly, that's my guess, this 475-pound blob had to say about this in Nebraska.
And anybody who comes to a Lizzo show should know that I am for people to have the right to have their reproductive autonomy. And there's times I get very political, and as adults, we feel it, but there's children here too. And it really breaks my heart that there are young people growing up in a world that doesn't protect them. So, let me be your safe space tonight and just tell you, young people, don't let anybody tell you who you are. Don't let any laws tell you who you're not, bitch. You are, I'm sorry saying bitch, I'm too close. Don't let any laws tell you who you're not. You are who you are, okay? I see you. You are valid. You deserve to be here in every form. You contain multitudes. These laws are not real. You are what's real. And you deserve to be protected. You deserve to be protected. And for anyone whose inner child needed to hear that, you deserve to be protected too. Song is dedicated to all of y'all. Let's have a good time, okay?
All right, so you saw the Blob speaking and talking about young people. Don't let any laws tell you who you are, who you not, is what she says. She has poor grammar, by the way, and poor eating habits. But this is crazy. Why are people so adamant about transgenderism on young people? And like Dan Bongino says, you can't have communism without the kids. And what they're trying to do is confuse these people so much, and cause they're trying to weaken our society by having these kids identify as this LGBTQ plus and this all this transgender nonsense, this drag queen story time. They're trying to weaken our society, weaken our young men, our young boys, and confuse people. They're trying to confuse people. If you can make somebody believe that they're a gender that they're actually not, you can get them to believe anything. I mean, you're going to weaken our military, our police force. You're going to put all this ideology inside the courts, inside of our systems, our institutions, and you're going to destroy this country. Plain and simple. This right here will destroy the country if we allow it to. But it's good to see that there are people pushing back on this. A lot of us are pushing back. You see these, sadly, you have to have governors in these red states putting into law, banning this gender affirming care, banning certain things out of schools. But that's the point. If that's what it takes to fight back, yes, it's sad we have to do this, but if that's what it takes to fight back, then so be it. I'm very proud of these red state governors who are standing up to this nonsense and protecting kids, protecting women's sports. There's no reason why a guy who is 250 pounds and can bench press 375 pounds should be able to play in women's sports. It's nuts. And see, a friend of mine who we talked about this through messaging the other night, and he said pushing a gay agenda down our throats is one thing, but when you start targeting kids, that's another. And look, I don't have children. He doesn't have children. I'm not having any children, but the thing is, I can recognize this. I know something's bad when I see it. Just because I don't have kids doesn't mean I don't want to protect them. This is why I vote in every school board election, because I want children are the future, and I want them to be protected. I don't want them with an agenda shoved down their throats during school when they're supposed to be learning basic things to help them out through life, not have some drag queen reach them and tell them and try to persuade them what they are. This is ridiculous. So yeah, I'm going to leave the video right there. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.